What's up? Go.
We're back. So today we're talking about identity. So, what is identity actually?
The characteristics, this is the Oxford Dictionary, the characteristics determining who or what a person is, one's self-image, self-esteem, or kind of self-viewing, okay? We think, though, it is a little bit deeper than that. So, Aaron, you got any ideas?
Say that our identity is made up of our personal experiences, our relationships that we have with friends, family, I'd say media, and culture, and generally the world around us.
Yeah. But it can be dangerous to put your identity in something that changes. So possibly you're putting your identity in your grades that you get, or what other people say about you, or even what they're thinking. You don't even know they're saying anything, but they're thinking something. Or your career, or your clothes and your appearance. Maybe you're thinking, people will only respect me or appreciate me if I have successes to my name, or if I've achieved something, or if I'm looking my best, you know? But we just want to say that doesn't need to be the case, and that your identity, you need to place your identity in something that is rock solid, so that when these winds of life come, you're going to remain grounded, and that you're not going to be kind of swayed by these things that might change in your life.
Often our goal is to become successful, and I say successful with bunny marks. When we place our identity in things when things go well, so for example our grades, going into university, those type of paths, or getting to an academy for your sporting field or whatever, it's when we do well in those type of areas, then we feel like, yes, we've made it, we're complete, we're ourselves, and therefore our identity is based in success. But when failure comes, it shakes you, because everything that you've been doing well, you'll be like, oh, why is this not going completely well? I'm not 100% myself. I haven't achieved, or I'm not living up to my full potential, which is a misconception, which is inaccurate and quite damaging.
Yeah.
Which is why, as Christians, we place our identity in upstairs, God.
So personally for us, our experience has been to place our identity in something that God says about us, because that doesn't change. That's not for everyone, but for us personally, placing our identity in something that remains solid has been the best thing for us. So what does God say about our identities? He says we are unconditionally loved. We don't have to act, we don't have to do things to get his love. We're loved no matter what we've done, and there's nothing that we can do to move away from that. So you don't have to do good acts to get that love. It's unconditional. Another thing, I've got my notes here, I came prepared, right? We're accepted and we're chosen. We're no longer slaves to our past, what other people think about us, our future, our parents. No longer slaves to any of that. We can all start afresh. It's an old-fashioned one. Yeah. And one more thing, we are created in the image of God, which I truly believe. We're created by someone who loves us unconditionally, and therefore we don't need to work to get that. Okay?
I'd say what it means to put our faith, well, to put ourselves, like to put God as like our source of identity. It's what, like you said, we are deeply and unconditionally loved.
Yeah.
But what that really means is that when things do go wrong, instead of faltering or doubts, like suffering from self-doubt, which is very easy to do in a spiral of descent where you don't feel like you're worth as much as you did when you were successful, it holds you firm, and you don't crumble. It gives you a lot of confidence, a lot of self-confidence, and removes doubt.
Alright, so I just want to show you guys something on a diagram. How are we going to do this? We're going to write it on a car or something. No, here. This bin, right? Okay, so check this out. The world says, can we see this? Nice. Alright, the world says you start with success, right? And you become successful, and from your success, you get your identity. So if I'm successful, I'm therefore going to have a strong identity, because people are going to see me as successful. What God says, so this is what the world says: success first, and then you get your identity. But what can happen is, with that, what can happen with that is that your successes can come tumbling down, and then where is your identity? If you got no successes because they've come tumbling down, maybe you get fired from your job, or you don't get the grades or whatever, what's going to happen then? So what God says, can we get this? Is it starts with your identity It starts with your identity, solid and unchanging no matter what you do, and therefore it goes then to success. So from your identity, from a secure position where nothing can touch it, nothing outside the world can touch it, then you can achieve your successes, knowing that no matter what successes you get, you're kind of loved and accepted. Okay, so Thanks for listening. Thanks for all the subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you very much. Bye.